Alpha News, breaking! Alpha News has obtained cell phone footage showing perspective of federal agent at center of ICE-involved shooting in Minneapolis. So let's watch this. This is the perspective of the ICE agent that was hit by the car and shot Renee Good in Minneapolis 2 days ago. Oh, poor dog. Look at that poor dog. That poor dog is like a prisoner. It's like a POW. That's her. That's her. Look at her, so smug. By the way, she was a leftist, like a professional leftist agitator. Like, she committed to doxing and agitating ICE agents. So this is not some innocent mom who's just sitting in her car doing nothing, by the way. She was someone who went out of her way to obstruct ICE, to obstruct law enforcement all the time.
Hi, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every morning, just so you know. It'll be the same plate.
Wait, is she from Missouri? That's a Missouri license plate. It's a Missouri license plate. Did they drive in all the way from Missouri just to obstruct and impede ICE in Minneapolis? And maybe they moved to Minneapolis recently. I don't know, but my gut is telling me that these women, they drove up from Missouri to prevent ICE operations in Minneapolis to arrest fraudsters and illegals. So these women, these lesbians came up from Missouri. They came up from Missouri to defend foreign invaders from law enforcement? Oh my gosh, dude. Oh my gosh. What is wrong with these women, man?
You know, it'll be the same plate when you come talk to us later. That's fine. U.S. citizen, former fucking veteran. You want to come at us? You want to come at us? I say go get yourself some lunch, big boy. Go ahead.
Out of the car.
All right, so they constantly agitate the ICE agents. They're constantly harassing them.
Get out of the fucking car.
And so the other ICE agent says to get out of the car.
Get out of the car. Whoa!
All right, so basically you saw that. So I'm going to play it a little slower here. Right here, right? The ICE agent tells her, get out of the car. She's smiling. She's smiling. Chat, she is smiling. Look at that right there. She is smiling. She's not panicked. She's not scared for her life. Like all the left were saying. The left was spending the entire past few days saying she was scared for her life. They were going to kill her. She's smiling. She's smiling. Okay? And then she knows, she looks at the ICE. Look, right there, you can see, even in low res though, she is looking directly at the ICE agent.
Whoa!
And it hits him pretty hard. Hits him pretty hard, okay? So look, again, she's smiling as she reverses. She knows exactly what she's doing. And she aligns her steering wheel so that it will go right into, makes eye contact with the ICE agent, turns her steering wheel so that it would hit the ICE agent and rams into him.
Whoa!
Right there. Hit him. It's clear. It's clear. She literally rammed into him. She floored the gas. Okay? She completely floored it. She was trying to hit the ICE agent. Okay? She accelerated really quickly. She did it on purpose. This is absolutely on purpose.
Get out of the fucking car. Get out of the car. Whoa!
Ron Obla, thanks for the follow. So, even if you want to make the assertion, okay, if you want to make the assertion that it wasn't intentional, but by all accounts, look, she's smiling. I'm going to say it again. She's smiling right there. Nacho D, what's up? Thanks for the follow on Kick. She's smiling.
Get out of the car.
She's smiling. She's not panicking. She's not scared for her life. Okay? She doesn't even wait for her lesbian lover. And she's like, all right, I'm going to just hit this ICE agent because why not? And then boom, she hits him.
Whoa!
Boom, right there. And then that's when he shoots her. Okay? In self-defense. Because she's a psychopath, all right? Look, from the perspective of the ICE agent, this woman is smiling. She's sneering. She's like, hey, and I'm going to drive away and hit the ICE agent. Okay? If you're the ICE agent right here, what do you think you're going to do? You're going to shoot in self-defense. This is totally justified. Totally justified.
Whoa!
Okay, and if you listen closely, right there, okay, the lesbian lover of Renee Good tells her to drive. Drive, baby, drive. Listen closely.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
Right there, you hear that? Drive, baby, drive. So she eggs on Renee Good to drive, okay? When federal law enforcement, they're coming in and saying, hey, get out of the car. She's like, no, drive, baby, drive. Go, floor it. Go. She should be arrested. This lesbian right here, she's screaming, drive, baby, drive. She is inciting a refusal to comply with law enforcement at best. And then at worst, she's inciting homicide, murder, intentional harm to this ICE agent. So she should be arrested for being complicit or at least being a co-conspirator in attempted murder, okay? She is screaming, drive, baby, drive, when the ICE agent is right in front of the car. She needs to be arrested. We can't have any tolerance for this kind of lawlessness. This is insane. And because she egged her on, drive, baby, drive, and then she ended up getting her lesbian lover, Renee Good, killed, all right?
Oh!
So yeah, so the left right now, I'll show you some of the reactions of the left right now, but right now, the ICE agent said effing B word, right? And they're focusing on that. They're like, oh, he's such a mean person. Dude, he almost got run over. He is right in front of the car. She's smiling, and she floors the gas.
Oh!
Okay? If you are in front of a humongous SUV, okay? What car is this? It is a Honda Pilot, all right? If you're in front of a vehicle, a humongous vehicle, a Honda Pilot that can squash you and kill you, and the person in the car floors it to try to run you over, do you not think that he is at least even as the slightest bit justified in acting out in self-defense? Like, I want every single leftist who is saying that this was unjustified and Renee Good was murdered in cold blood, I want you to stand in front of a Honda Pilot. Go right now, go, because you guys are jobless anyways. Go find a Honda Pilot or a huge SUV, a 7-seater, 8-seater SUV, stand in front of it. Ask your friend to get in the car and floor the gas. You're not gonna be scared? You're telling me that you're not gonna fear for your life? That you're gonna think, oh yeah, there's nothing wrong going on here. This is not a threat to my life. This is so ridiculous. He is right in front of the car, and she floors the gas while making eye contact with him, smiling. Even if you want to make the case, which is very, very slim, even if you want to make the case that this was not intentional, the fact is he is right in front of the car, and she floors the gas in a Honda Pilot. You don't think that's going to be a perceived threat of violence, or at least attempted murder, with her freaking lesbian lover screaming, drive, baby, drive! There's literally no defense for her anymore. This solidifies the case. Renee Good tried to hit the ICE agent, okay? And let's say you live in some la-la land, some Delulu la-la land. You think that she wasn't intentionally, you can't prove that she was trying to intentionally run him over. Fine. Okay, I'll give you that. The reality is still, he is right in front of her. She floors the gas. And she hits him. He is 100% justified in acting out in self-defense.
Oh!
Right there. She hits him hard.
Get out of the car. Oh!
Nick Fuentes 1, 2, 3. Will the real Nick Fuentes stand up? Thanks for the follow on Kick. Yeah, but if the cop would have died, the same people would have celebrated. Yeah, if the cop died, if the ICE agent died, the same people would have celebrated. They'd have been like, wow, she's a hero for running over an ICE agent. So exactly, Cider Hype. She was given a lawful order to shut off her vehicle and get out. Any other action is resisting arrest. 100%. 100%. So this video proves without a shadow of a doubt that the ICE agent is and was 100% justified in shooting Renee Good out of self-defense. No questions asked. You had a freaking huge hunk of metal, okay, thousands of pounds, right about to ram you over with the woman staring at you straight in the face. She's smiling. 100% justified. 100% justified. There's no way around it. There's no way around it. And so look, all these people, yeah, it's literally, you can't deny this anymore from the perspective of the ICE agent. And this, praise God for the body cam footage movement. I love you, BLM. Thank you, BLM. Because of BLM, we have now known with all these body cam footages, okay, all the body cam footage that's come out, and this wasn't technically a body cam. It was filmed on his phone from his perspective, but even so, okay, because of modern technology, because of BLM's push, all these liberals' push for accountability with police and law enforcement, it has just shown that the chuds were vindicated all along. We have been vindicated. We were right all along. The criminals who get shot and killed by law enforcement, it is always nearly 99.9999% of the time justified. You'll have the niche, very small, rare instances of police abuse of power and actual police brutality. Fine. Hold those people accountable. That's the purpose of body cam footage, right? But body cam footage has always shown us that liberals were wrong, they were lying, they jumped the gun, and that these criminals aren't as innocent as the left always portrays them to be. And isn't that so quintessential to what the left is today? These people, and I say the left, broadly speaking, just the left are enemies of civilization. That's who they are. These people, they're not like socialists economically, right? Like, these people aren't like ideologically left-wing like adherents per se. They are just enemies of civilization that want to kill people, destroy lives, and burn down civilization. So the left, that's who the left are. They keep lying. They keep lying. But the thing is, it is so funny that the people that the left considers martyrs and glorifies as martyrs for some grand cause are always these criminals. Criminals like George Floyd, all the BLM martyrs, right? They're all criminals. The people that they advocate for on death row, serial rapists, serial killers, and you have this freaking retard, Renee, who's trying to run over an ICE agent. These are their heroes. And then the right is like, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, who was just a man who had conversations, a good, godly man, a good father and husband, who just wanted to have conversations. But then for terrorists like Renee Good, who try to run over ICE agents, for criminals who terrorize their own community, who overdose on fentanyl, who try to shoot and kill police officers violently, those who are on death row for raping young girls, those are the heroes of the left. And if you are a Christian, if you still don't understand this, I'm sorry, you're not gonna make it. If you still do not understand this, I don't know how you as a professing Christian can identify with the left. This is who the left sides with. These criminals, these violent, unhinged, deranged criminals. This is the left. How are you aligned with them as a Christian, as a believer? You're retarded. If you frankly are aligned with the left today, you're retarded. You're absolutely gone. Like, you are blind. You have like some demonic oppression upon you. You are spiritually blind. There is darkness that has blinded you to the truth. You cannot be a Christian aligned with the same people who glorify this kind of lawlessness and these acts of terrorism against federal agents who, again, they're not doing anything crazy. They're going in and arresting fraudsters and illegals who are not here legally. That's like baseline, like rule of law 101. It's literally how we have any sort of semblance of order and law and sanity in society. And even in Romans 13, it says that you're supposed to subject yourself to ruling authorities. So it's so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable how stupid Christians are today. Like these professing Christians who identify with the left. Oh, that was so mean. He should have shot her. Here's the video. She's smiling as she rams into the ICE agent. Knows discernment, absolutely. MN7861, what's up? Thanks for the follow. Exactly, Daquan. She followed Antifa groups and it was an ICE watch thing. And if you have 3 kids, stay home. I said this, and I think I almost ratioed Cenk Uygur for saying this. If she was just being a good mother at home with her children, she wouldn't have died. And maybe you shouldn't be like acting as some leftist revolutionary, LARPing as some hero with your hero complex, defending foreign invaders in America from law enforcement, okay? Maybe if you weren't being such a retard, you'd still be alive today. And I pray for her soul. I don't celebrate death, but if you play stupid games, you're gonna win stupid prizes. I don't have like this, oh, like I'm grieving for her loss. Like she should have been at home with her children. And then in her stupidity, in her lawlessness, and in her sin, she died. And it's like, I frankly am not gonna grieve over this death. I think it's sad. I think it's tragic. We have to pray for her soul and for her remaining children. But that's the thing. In her act of selfishness and her delusions of grandeur, she has now left her 3 children without a mother. This is not something that we should be like, oh, like so sad. Like the tragedy is that in her selfishness, in her stupidity, in her insanity, in her sin, she has now left her children alone. She already divorced her husband a few years ago. That she already did that to her children, okay? She already hurt them in that way. And now she hurt them in this way. Because why? Because she just had to LARP as some leftist revolutionary, like a retard. So, JD Vance replied to this, watch this as hard as it is. Many of you have been told this law enforcement officer wasn't hit by a car, wasn't being harassed and murdered an innocent woman. The reality is that his life was in danger and he fired in self-defense. 100%. 100%. So true. So true, Patriot. JD Vance is correct. Like, he's correct. It's so obvious. They were harassing ICE agents all day. Okay? There was some innocent woman on her way to work. Like, this is just sitting in her car. She wasn't just sitting in her car. They just pulled up and shot her in the face. That's not what happened. She was obstructing law enforcement, and this couple was harassing these ICE agents. And when told to get out of the car, she reversed and rammed into an ICE agent. What the press has done in lying about this innocent law enforcement officer is disgusting. You should all be ashamed of yourself. So true, JD Vance. So true. And Robbie Starbucks said this, which is so true. Given more time to think about it, I've changed my position on the ICE shooting. My new position is that ICE agent was not only 100% in the right and justified the shoot, but that Renee's quote-unquote wife, because you can't get married you can't have a wife if you're a woman, okay? You can LARP, but you can't have a wife because marriage is between one man and one woman. And only men can have wives. But anyways, Renee's wife should be charged with manslaughter at the very least in death and as an accomplice to the attempted murder of a federal officer. I also believe the entire org that are part of should be wrapped up and thrown in prison for insurrection-related activities or on domestic terrorism charges. My previous position was that the agent was in the right to fire in self-defense, but that the rest needed more investigation. This video clears it up for me. This was organized. Yes, 100%. And if we're serious, because the left is only getting worse. They're ramping up their rhetoric and their violence and their terrorism. Okay, the Trump administration has every right to invoke the Insurrection Act against traitors like Jacob Frey and Tim Walz, has every right to invoke the Insurrection Act against people like Renee Good and her quote-unquote wife who are part of organizations where they organize to terrorize law enforcement officers from doing their job, a very simple job of deporting people who don't belong here. We have to get serious. The Trump administration has to go more quote-unquote authoritarian because for so long in this country, the law was not enforced. And it might seem super authoritarian to just enforce basic immigration law, but that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. And we have to just enforce the law that's already on the books. What's happening right now is a leftist insurrection in our country to destroy America. So we got to go hard on these people, and this is not cruel. These people are going out around ramming ICE agents, trying to run them over, trying to shoot them, firebomb them, harass them, assault them. They're killing people like Charlie Kirk. This is very serious. This is only going to get worse. They need to crack down on all these organizations and arrest all of them, and throw them in prison because we can't have a society like this where you have a huge swath of the population that will go out and kill people like you and me for loving Jesus and loving this country. The narrative spin every time that ignoring the obvious is the most right-wing radicalization that exists. Like this, so many narratives. We all knew. Exactly. And they just get away with lying with it. They continuously get away with lying with it. Look at this guy. This guy was true. He predicted it. My gut says his body cam will show her looking directly at him while she accelerated. Always trust your gut. And exactly, I said this. She's smiling, looking directly at the ICE agent while she accelerates. While she floors the gas, she's looking exactly and right at the ICE agent. She was trying to hit him. She was trying to hit him.